So cheese platter doesn't have to be boring?
No, there's so many ways of making it interesting.
Hard, soft, wet, even stinky. Cheese comes in many forms, and with everything else you have to prepare for, putting a little thought into your holiday cheese platter is well worth the investment.
Soft mozzarella is always nice. A brie or a camembert, whatever you prefer. Gorgonzola or Stilton.
Amazing.
Something hard like a pecorino or a parmesan. And smoked mozzarella, just a little bit of a different taste.
It's amazing to think they all started with milk. Incorporate different tastes, textures, appearances, and sizes. Variation is key here, so pick at least 6.
This is where it all happens.
Mixing up milk sources will not only add pop to your plate, but your guests' taste buds as well.
This is my absolute favorite Christmas cheese. It's mascarpone, gorgonzola, another layer of mascarpone, and also a green vein cheese. It is a party in your mouth.
Amplify the contrast. There's a reason cheese is often grouped with fruit or served with honey.
This really changes the profile of the cheese.
You never dream of cutting your steak with a butter knife. Well, the same rules apply to your cheese. Of course, every block deserves its own knife because the last thing your guests want is to taste that stinky blue when they pick up the mild white.
Each cheese requires a different knife, so something like this with a hook would be good for harder cheeses like this pecorino. So we would just want to nub it off.
That's right, you're not supposed to slice these cheeses. And here's another tip.
When should you take the cheese platter out of the fridge?
30 to 60 minutes before your guests arrive. It really does the cheese justice to serve it at room temperature. That's when you get the best flavor, just like a good bottle of wine.
See, the art of hosting isn't so difficult. Just don't be surprised if your cheese platter becomes the toast of the town.
Whatever you prefer.
Some other things to consider. Will this be an hors d'oeuvre or an after-dinner dessert? I love cheese as a dessert.
Me too.
So it's
Full
1.5 ounces per person if it's after dinner, and at least 1 to 2 ounces per person.
How's assignment for you, Nina?
Yeah, I ate a lot of cheese, but that was last week. But honestly, is it not a meal? Serve a few different wines with it, and you're done.
Throw some nuts on, you were saying?
I like to put nuts
Yeah.
and a little
the
bit
palate
of
as well?
like, yeah,
Little honey with truffle oil?
yum.
Oh, safety. So what do you do with them afterwards? If it's a soft cheese, you have to toss it after your guests leave. If it's a hard cheese, like a Parmigiano, you can throw it over pasta or something the next
Later
day.
on.